Hi guys, and welcome to this video which is going to show you how to subtract money using the column method. Okay, let's look at the steps of success. Line up your amounts of money using your knowledge of place value. Now you should know that, like we normally talk about, our units, our tens, our hundreds, our tenths if we're going into decimals, our hundredths if we're going into decimals. Money's obviously slightly different because we've got pence and 10 pence, then we have a decimal point, then we have pounds, and then we have 10 pounds, and then we have hundreds of pounds. Okay, so it's slightly different, okay, but it should all work out the same. And sometimes that decimal point, as long as we remember it never moves, that decimal point can help us. Okay, so that's the first thing, is we need to line things up as using our knowledge of money place value. Then we start subtracting from the smallest column up to the bigger column. So we always start with our pence column, and when we work up, we need to watch out if we have to borrow. Remember, that's where we knock next door and we borrow a 1 from the number, and then we can subtract it. And remember, we have to borrow when the number on the top is smaller than the number on the bottom, which I'll show you in a minute. Remember, we need to be checking to see if our answer is reasonable. Okay, so that's our our steps for success. If you need to listen to that again, play it again and again until you're confident. Okay, but let's look at some examples, and I'll be talking about those steps of success as we go through this. So here so let's go straight in. It's the place value thing. So here's my pence, here's my 10 pence, here's my pence, here's my 10 pence, and then here with a big capital is my pounds. So I need to make sure that these pence line up, these 10 pence line up, and I haven't got a pound here. So let's do that. Go £1.83, and then I'm going to put the 4 there and the other 4 there, and I've lined them up. So I've lined them up correctly. So I've done the first one. Now to make this easy, sorry, I've done the wrong symbol there. Subtract. Now to make it a little bit easier, I've put the decimal point in here, and I'm going to put a holding 0 just to make it a little bit easier. And then I can start off now. 3 take away 4. 3 take away 4. Oh, that number on top's smaller, so I need to knock next door. I need to borrow, or we call it decomposition. So I knock next door. Hello, Mr. 8, can I borrow 1? And he says yes. So that becomes 7, and that becomes 13. Then I do 13 take away 4, which would be 9. Then I can move on. So now I've got 7 take away 4, which would be 3. I can drop this decimal point down. It doesn't move. It's all lined up. Everything is lined up. And then I can do 0 take away 1, which would be 1. And then don't forget your pound symbol. Right. So I hope that was helpful. Let's do another example. So again, I've got my pence, my 10 pence. And then I've also got a pound. I've got my pence, my 10 pence, and then I've got a pound. So I need to make sure those are lined up. So I'm going to go £4.52. Then I'm going to make sure the pounds are lined up. The 10 pence are lined up. And can you see the decimal? This is what I meant when I was talking earlier about the decimal points can help me because they line it up for me. And that there, then I can draw that line. This time I make sure I write the right symbol. Okay. And then I can go 2 take away 1. I can do that. So that would be 2 take away 1 would be 1. 5 take away 8. Now that number is smaller, isn't it? That number, I'm using my noticing learning power. That number is definitely smaller. So I'm going to knock next door. Hi, Mr. 4, can I borrow 1? He says yes. So he becomes a 3, and he lets the 5 have the 1. The 5 have that 1. So the 5 becomes the 15. I'm going to go 15 take away 8, which would be 7. Drop this decimal point down, and then I've got 3 take away 3, which would be 0. So, and I would still write a pound symbol. I've got £0.71. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Now I've got one more to do here, just under here. Slightly bigger numbers. I've got £24.53p and £6.25 take each other away. So I've got my pence, I've got my 10 pence, I've got my big pound, capital P, I've got my pence, my 10 pence, and I've got a pound, and I've also capitals for this bit, my 10 pounds. Yeah, that's how we tell the difference, is capitals. So I'm going to write out 24.53p, and then I'm going to make sure I line this up. So that 5 is going to go in with its pence. This is 10p, so that's going to go under its pence. The decimal point is there, remember, it's lined up, it's helping me. and then this 6 is going to go here, okay? Remember, there's my subtraction symbol, and I do this. Now, if I really want to, I can put in a little holding 0 there as well to help me. 3 take away 5. Well, that number is smaller, so I can't do that. So I knock next door. That 5 says, of course, you can borrow 1. He becomes a 4, and that becomes 13. 13 take away 5 would be 8. Then I move on to the next column. So I've started there, the smallest column. 4 take away 2, I can do would be 2. That decimal point drops down. Then I can do 4 take away 6. Ooh, again, that 4 is smaller than a 6. So I'm going next door. Hi, can I borrow 1? That becomes a 1. That becomes 14. 14 take away 6 would be 8. 1 take away 0 would be 1. So £18.24. Now, I hope this video is useful. Remember, rewatch it if you need anything. Good luck, guys.